The listing said 6 bedrooms when I walked out for the last time. The house only had 3. I don't mean 3 were torn down in the renovation. I mean 3 bedrooms simply weren't there anymore, like they had never existed. And I still have the photographs to prove they once did. I've flipped 11 houses in 6 years. This one, on Larkin Street in Youngstown, Ohio, was my 12th, and it was priced so low I should have asked more questions before I signed. I didn't count the rooms on the first walkthrough. Nobody does. You take notes, you leave. It was on the second visit, with my contractor Mike, that the upstairs hallway felt shorter than I remembered. Wasn't there a door at the end of this hall? I asked. Mike shrugged. Maybe you're thinking of a different house. I wasn't. I had photos on my phone from the first walkthrough, 6 bedroom doors down that hallway. Now there were 5. I told myself I'd miss. Old houses have strange layouts. I kept working, framing and drywall, the usual grind. 3 weeks in, my crew started refusing to work past 5 in the evening, not because of noise. The house was dead silent, which was somehow worse. They said the air in the west bedroom felt like it was holding its breath. I fired one guy for being dramatic, then spent a night there alone to prove a point. At midnight, I walked the hallway with my phone flashlight, counting doors out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 doors. Not 5, not 6. I pulled up the county property record on my phone. The original blueprint from 1974, 6 bedrooms filed in black and white. I counted again. Still 4. I opened the 4th door. The room was there, bed frame and all. I reached for where the 5th door should have been. There was no door, just wall, fresh drywall, still smelling faintly of joint compound, like someone had patched it an hour ago. I put my hand on it. It was warm. Walls don't stay warm in an empty house in February. I should have left. Instead, I went down to the basement, thinking maybe some crawl space would explain it. There was a door down there I didn't remember from the blueprints, painted the same white as the wall, so it nearly disappeared. I opened it. Behind it wasn't a crawl space. It was a bedroom, my childhood bedroom, from my parents' house in Canton. Blue carpet, a crack in the ceiling shaped like a fishhook. A room that hasn't existed in 18 years, sitting in the basement of a house I bought 2 months ago. The bed was made. Someone had been sleeping in it. I shut that door, walked out to my truck, and drove for 40 minutes before I let myself breathe normally again. I sold the house last week, well below what I paid. The buyer asked why the listing said 6 bedrooms when the inspection only found 3. I told her the house does that. She laughed like I was joking. I didn't tell her the last part, that the blue carpet room had a mirror on the wall, and in it, for 1 second, I saw someone standing behind me, wearing my exact jacket, coffee stain and all. I looked down at my own sleeve. The stain was gone. The blueprint on file said 14 rooms. I counted 15 before I'd even reached the 2nd floor. And the 15th room had my name engraved on a trophy sitting inside it. The county sent me to appraise a foreclosed house on Linden Street in Natchez, Mississippi. The kind of place with a wraparound porch, peeling white columns, and a reputation nobody said out loud. I'm an appraiser. I count rooms and square footage for a living. I don't make mistakes like that. I walked the upstairs hallway twice, matching every door to the floor plan clipped to my board. And there it was at the far end, an extra door, unmarked, painted the exact faded green of the wall around it, like it was built to be walked past without notice. I opened it anyway. Inside was a bedroom that had no business existing in a house, built in 1858. Popcorn ceiling, beige carpet, with a worn path leading to the closet. A poster taped crooked above a twin bed. A trophy on the dresser that read Little League 2003, Most Improved. I know that room. I grew up in it, 3 states away, in a town I hadn't set foot in since I was 12 years old. Even the crack in the window screen was exactly where I remembered. I stood in the doorway a long time, telling myself it was staged, a leftover set piece from some previous listing, anything with a normal explanation. Then I saw the trophy had my full name engraved on it. Sarah Kessler, middle initial correct, a detail I had never once mentioned to anyone at this job. I backed out so fast I dropped my clipboard, and I didn't go back for it. Downstairs, the listing agent, a quiet man named Roy Petrie, who had barely spoken during the walkthrough, was waiting by the front door like he already knew. I asked him, as calmly as I could manage, how many rooms this house was supposed to have. 14, he said. It's always 14. Whatever room you find upstairs that isn't on the plan, you go in once. You never go in twice. I asked him why. Because the first time, it's a memory. A room built out of something you lost. So real, you'd swear you could live in it again. He wouldn't look at me for the next part. The second time you open that door, it isn't your memory waiting in there. It's you. And whichever version of you walks in, only one of them walks back out. I laughed, because it was the only thing my body knew how to do. Roy didn't laugh with me. He just held the front door open until I walked through it. I filed my appraisal that afternoon. 14 rooms, structurally sound, no major concerns, noted. I left room 15 off the paperwork entirely. The county doesn't have a line item for that. 3 nights later, I woke at 2 in the morning, certain I'd heard my own front door open. I checked every room in my apartment, twice. Nothing missing, nothing out of place, except the hallway closet by my bedroom, the one that has always had exactly one door. Last night it had 2.